They may appear to be living it up with the world at their fingertips, but these superstar offspring prove that there's no such thing as a perfect life. Whether they crumbled under the pressures of fame or caved into their darkest desires, these are the celeb kids who disgraced their parents. Weston Cage. Growing up with Nicolas Cage as a father likely left little chance for a normal childhood, but Weston Cage seems intent on one-upping his eccentric dad. In 2011, the former heavy metal singer was arrested and sent for psychiatric evaluation after allegedly fighting his trainer at a restaurant over what he was allowed to order off the menu, according to TMZ. A few years later, Weston dropped this gem on Noisy about the ugly inspiration for his music, saying, "People have this preconceived notion that I grew up with a life of many privileges, but they don't know how dark it can be in a house like that. So I used it as my gasoline to play out the vengeance in my heart." Weston was apparently still dealing with his heart's vengeance in 2017 when he led police on a car chase that ended with him hitting a tree and incurring DUI charges. The following year, he was court-ordered to stay away from his ex-wife's home as part of their ugly divorce. Griffin O'Neal. Of all of actor Ryan O'Neal's children, you might think that Redmond would be the black sheep, considering he's been in and out of jail and rehab for years. Redmond's half-sister, Tatum, a former addict herself, has also publicly aired her share of grievances about her upbringing in her autobiography, A Paper Life. But it was Griffin who has had the harshest words for his father. After a violent confrontation between Griffin and Ryan, Griffin appeared on Larry King, claiming Ryan tried to shoot him in the face and attacked both him and his pregnant wife with a fireplace poker.
I grabbed the poker out of his hand and I said, "Don't move. I will bury this in your head. Don't move." Because my dad's a very violent man.
But Griffin is no angel himself. He's dealt with drug and assault charges, not to mention his infamous 1986 boating accident that resulted in the death of Francis Ford Coppola's son, Giancarlo. For his part, Ryan admits he wasn't the ideal father, telling Vanity Fair that he used drugs throughout his children's upbringing and revealed he was, quote, sorry he had children. Cameron Douglas. Michael Douglas claims that some of his son Cameron's faults are a direct result of his failures as a father, which likely made it that much more difficult for Michael to watch his son go to federal prison. Cameron pleaded guilty to dealing meth in 2010, earning himself a 5-year sentence. He then got an additional 4.5 years for smuggling drugs into prison. Michael was just starting treatments for throat cancer as Cameron's sentence began. At the 2013 Emmys, he said,
"I've just gone from a point of being obviously very disappointed with him to being quite angry with our prison systems."
Fortunately, these days Cameron is out of prison and pursuing an acting career. Bryson Bryant. After his first public run-in with the law in 2010, the Real Housewives of Atlanta star Nene Leakes quickly came to her son Bryson Bryant's defense. Leakes explained to Wendy Williams that when he visited a friend in jail, Bryant was arrested for unpaid tickets and had weed crumbs in his pockets.
He was arrested for the tickets, and then they pat you down, and he had crumbs or whatever in his jacket. It was less than an ounce.
Since then, Leakes hasn't said much about Bryant's escalating series of legal troubles, including alleged incidents of shoplifting, forging checks, and a DUI, according to Radar Online in 2016. Hayley Hasselhoff. David Hasselhoff caused the first embarrassment for his family in 2007 when a video of him shirtless and drunkenly eating a burger on the bathroom floor was leaked online. Years later, his daughter Hayley Hasselhoff told the Mirror that they never found out who released that footage, saying, "Unfortunately, because our life is so public, it was put out there. It was never supposed to be shown to anyone but our family." But Hayley made her own headlines in 2017 when she climbed behind the wheel of her Mercedes-Benz and fell asleep while driving on the 101 freeway in Los Angeles. According to TMZ, police found her passed out in the driver's seat with her foot on the brake. After failing a sobriety test, she was arrested for DUI. As for any statement from the Hasselhoff family regarding Hayley's 2017 charge, there just seems to be crickets.